Like, what would the world look like if humans weren't on it? You know what I mean? Like, if you take wolves out of the equation in an ecosystem, like
Then
it
all
gets
of it's
bad.
It does, but it doesn't.
But
Like,
you know, it
yeah.
gets changed drastically.
it gets when you take wolves out of an ecosystem, it gets bad only for us. Because then there's so many deer, there's so many elk, there's in our way, they eat our crops. So it's just inconvenient to us. It's not inconvenient to really nature.
If we died off and then something happened with AI where all of a sudden AI was gone and no robots, who would be the top predator then in the world?
The second most intelligent mammal is a dolphin.
I'd say a monkey or a gorilla.
It's
We'd have Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, it is like. But
there's a documentary about it.
Dolphins have the most neurons.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Dolphins have the most neurons of any animal creature. They think and act, and they can joke. They play pranks.
Yeah, but they can't go on land though with dolphins.
It's true.
Yeah, and if they are going to develop land features, it's going to take
Long
millions
time.
of years, millions and 1000000s.
Mm-hmm. Lions, king of the jungle, king of the world, perhaps.
Even though they're in the safari, I don't understand that. How are they king of the jungle if they're in the safari?
Because of Disney.
I had never thought of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because wouldn't like a panther be the king of the jungle?
Yeah.
Or
Probably
like
gorilla would be
a jaguar?
Yeah.
A fast cat.
Probably like a Bengal tiger would be the king of the jungle.
It also totally depends on what jungle.
There's a lot of jungles out there.
Like African jungles, it's for sure a gorilla is the king of the jungle. Like South American jungles, it's probably a panther or jaguar.
Panthers are fucking
Badass.
scary.
I have a tattoo of a panther fighting a dragon on my arm.
Fuck yeah.
Fresh.
So really, you just got that?
Yeah, it's brand new.
When?
I got it. I got it at a bar on Thursday night.
Bring that fucker over here.
Are
you recording?
Yeah.
It's a stick-on tattoo.
Last Thursday.
Oh, it's a stick-on.
okay.
Ah,
My kids.
you got regular tattoos, so I thought it was maybe real.
Well, and these are like the nice ones. I can't fucking scrub this thing off.
That's nice.
I went after it in the shower.
Yeah, because from here it looks like an actual tattoo that you got.
Yeah, and it's quite literally just a panther or a jaguar fighting a snake dragon.
Jaguar.
And my kids think it's awesome.
It is sick.
You went after it in the shower though.
I did. I was freaking.
Could be real.
That's
Like,
what that
so
noise was,
after-
honey.
So after getting that, are you like, it's a good trial? Like, are you like, I kind of want to get this tattoo?
Maybe. I actually what I did find out is I kind of like the spot of it.
It is a nice spot. I feel
Yeah.
like it completes some of the ink you got.
Yeah, it works well with the actual tattoos that I have. So maybe it's a good trial run to figure out location.
Could be a good like if you didn't want to do like your kids' footprints like going up the side your like rib cage, you could just do something like that to commemorative kids tattoo.
No,
I think about Tyler's kids' feet on his body as tattoos.
Some people do that.
Some people do that.
I've never seen that.
I should have done it when they were babies because now my 5-year-old's feet are too big. It would take up too much real estate.
Your kid, he gets in high school. He's like a size 13. You're like, I really wanted that tattoo.
I should have fucking done this earlier.
Your whole thigh.
Yeah.
I wanted to get tattoos. I never really like got to the point of like choosing a tattoo, but I definitely wanted to get tattoos when I was like 18.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure.
So fucking glad I did not.
Same, dude.
They would have been so lame and
Yeah.
they would have been there forever.
Yep.
I dodged an absolute bullet.
My dad told me in 7th grade that if I wanted a tattoo, he would sign it. He'd sign off on it. And my cousin's my tattoo artist and he's really good and he's very careful with it all. He's like, Tyler, I'm not going to tattoo you until we both agree on a tattoo. And it took until I was 19 for us to both finally agree on one.
I like that.
Checks and balances.
Yeah. So he literally was like, I'm not going to do it. And you're fucking 13 years old. So you can't pay for one unless I'm the one doing it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not doing it for free.
Do you think
Well, he does do it
think
for
you'd ever
free,
get
but-
one?
Well, now I'm to the point. What
Like,
would
why
be-
do it?
Maybe for your kid,
The
and that's
only
it.
way is like if all of my kids are getting matching ones. And
Yeah.
like, Dad, you gotta do it.
Yeah, and then you gotta.
That's what my kid sounds like when he's 20.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I would jump on board with that, but outside of that, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm in the dead spot of tattoos. You either get a
Mhm.
tattoo right out of high school, or you get one when you're like 50 and you're going through a late midlife
Yeah.
crisis.
Get some barbed wire and some
Yeah,
some flames.
Although 18-year-old Miles would have had a sick OAR tattoo. So
That's sick. God, that'd have been embarrassing. I wouldn't have got that.
I think I probably would have got like ducks or geese like folding into a decoy spread or something. It would have been
That'd be
fucking
cool.
awful.
I would have Calvin pissing on a Chevy logo.
I'm assuming, Tyler, you don't have your name tattooed across your back. do
No,
you?
but at one point in my life, I wanted it bad because
That's a wrestling thing.
it
I feel
is.
like.
Yeah, because so when I was a freshman in high school, a bunch of the cool seniors got their names tattooed across their shoulders, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking sick!" And I'm really glad I didn't do it.
Yeah, I dodged a bullet too. I wanted to get chosen one across. Huge LeBron fan.
Yeah.
I'm a witness.
I was also a huge Steve-O fan, so I almost got the tattoo of Steve-O, did the thumbs up across my
Sure.
whole back. Absolutely dodged a bullet.
I had a buddy when he was 18. He got his initials on his triceps, so like
Oh,
your
yeah.
first name initial. And I mean, what's that good for?
Is his name Ben Johnson?
No, initials are
You,
TB.
you didn't think that one through, did you?
No.
That's why you put them on each tricep, not on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, in case you two shit faced one night and you forget what the cops pull you over. You're like, "What's your name?" And you're like, "I don't remember. I'm shit faced." And then you show them your triceps. Yeah. You just
I
take it
also
from
don't.
here.
I don't get. Might be dumb, but I don't get how tattoos are just there forever. You get new. You get a whole new set of skin. Like what? Every 7 years,
So
something like that.
me either this bear on my forearm, I got a scratch on it, and it kind of like scabbed over, and I was picking the dead skin off, and some ink came with the skin, but the tattoo is still there.
I don't understand. If someone could explain to me how tattoos stay there forever, I would love to know.
Yeah, it's like fireworks underwater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just add that to the list.
Life's greatest mysteries.
And like I
Yeah.
know, like if you get them on your foot, they will wear off because you like it has so much contact with friction.
Yeah.
But
It's like I literally cut a chunk off of my skin and pulled the skin off, and ink came with it, and then that spot just grew back black.
So, is the skin like on the surface? Is it fucking translucent or what?
It's got to be like down in the pore of the skin. I don't fucking know.
the epidermis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it just penetrates deep enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know that
That'll do
either.
It does fade over time too, I guess. Too.
It totally like this. Like I'm losing it up top here on this one. That used to be a lot darker, but that tattoo is also 10 years old.
Gonna get colored in.
I was gonna. Yeah, have you ever considered color in a tattoo, like blues, reds, greens?
No, I never have. I've always just wanted to do black and white.
Yeah, you just straight to the punch.
Mm-hmm.
No fluff.
Yeah, no gray area there.
Because the colors fade worse than the black and gray tattoos do.
Sure.
Well, they don't, but it's easier to tell.
Well, anyways, welcome back to another episode of You Betcha Radio podcast, everyone.
We're back.
I also like to extend a late Happy Father's Day to all the fathers
Hell
out there.
Yeah.
Daddies.
As
Happy
well
Daddy's
as to
Day.
you guys. Happy Daddy's Day. It was the best Father's Day I've ever had.
Go on.
That's funny.
It just was. I just have never had a Father's Day like it.
It's a one of one type of day.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps getting better.
Yeah, the bar is set pretty high for next Father's Day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's going into number 2 for you.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if you got it or not.
Come on.
I was
dude, I'm not
waiting
that
to
dumb.
see.
Did you guys get anything sweet for Father's Day?
My wife booked me a tea time.
Fuck yeah.
It's like the best gift ever.
Yeah, my wife got me a really cool gift, but we'll save it for Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Did she schedule you a vasectomy?
you know, I'm comfortable talking about it on Patreon.
Okay.
Okay.
She's comfortable with me talking about it on
Okay.
Patreon. I had to ask permission.
Hey.
This is a tease.
I'll take as a paywall for Tyler to feel comfortable.
Not me. I'd tell you guys, but
So you're gonna tell us this week on Patreon?
yep, bosses
All right, guys,
bosses
if you're
orders.
Dying to know, you gotta go subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio. Good Father's Day. Did a little golfing, did a little fishing, did a little there was a party at her house. So yeah, it was good. You guys do anything fun for Father's Day? Besides whatever
Whatever shit you guys got going on.
No, I was on
behind
the
closed
road
doors.
most of the day. I was at a race in Whitewater, Wisconsin,
Mm.
and I left Whitewater at like 5 a.m. Got
Foot
home.
race or like wheel race?
Foot race.
Foot race.
My
wheel race.
my dad's girlfriend ran a 100-mile race
Mm.
in Wisconsin. We pit crewed for her, so it got done super early morning. But we got back, and all I did was just hang out with my kids. I sprayed the shit out of them with the hose, which is a good Father's Day tradition.
Now, you know, I've been kind of a hater, especially of half marathons.
Yeah, I know.
Poor Jared.
100-mile race is impressive. That is something you should definitely get a medal for.
Yeah.
You got to put some respect on it.
It was
Even a 50-mile race, 50 and up.
Okay.
dude. This race was so intense. Their fun run, they had a fun run option. Guess how long the fun run was?
35.
38 mile fun run.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the psychos of all psychos.
Mhm.
No offense to your dad's girlfriend.
No,
She's quite literally clinically insane.
it was nuts.
No offense.
Yeah.
No offense.
Did it?
She ran for 22 hours straight,
Well, pit stops.
but she barely stopped. The longest
I
pit
know.
stop we had was maybe 5 minutes.
Did any bit of you feel like this would be kind of cool to do?
No,
Okay.
I maybe a little bit at the beginning. I was like, fuck, all right, these guys they're kind of inspiring. And at the end, I saw her name's Lori. I saw her feet. I'm like, I will never even fucking
The feet
consider
thing.
do this.
Yeah. No
Her-
toenails.
her-
no-
Her entire feet were blisters,
Oof.
but it was incredible. The guy that won it, he broke the previous course record by over an hour. So he ran 100 miles in 14 hours and 15 minutes. That's like 8:15 miles for 100 fucking miles.
It's a little sus.
Yeah, I mean, did he catch a ride halfway?
Yeah, I just dude.
Yeah. Did he have fucking Heelys on the downhillers?
So we were at all the pit stops. He was the first one in at the very first pit stop. And I'm like, and he was cruising. And my dad and like a couple other guys were like, no way he keeps this pace going. Well, he did. He did. And he came into the finish line and he was just fucking bouncing around, all happy. I was like, holy shit, this guy is an animal.
There's got to be delusion that sets in towards the end.
For sure. I think so. I think they let you have pacers eventually. The race starts at 6 a.m. At 6:30 p.m. you can start having pacers. And I think that's part of it. It's a little bit like you've been alone in your head for 12 and a half hours. That having another human to converse with is probably pretty good
Well,
for you.
you know, it's like he's bouncing around. Like he basically had 6 hours less of running,
That's true.
you know?
That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, he was just
Faster you run
so
it, the faster
fucking
you get
bored. He's
done.
like, I guess I'll just sprint the next 50.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oof.
Fuck it. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
So shout out to Lori. She won her age group.
Shout out Laura.
Shout out Lori.
Yep.
Prize Picks time of the week. Right now, you can sign up with code YBR and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't need to win the lineup to receive a $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed. And this week, I'm going big.
Okay.
Me too.
I got $50 on this lineup.
Hell
Me
yeah.
too.
Wow.
Me and Ryan are riding or dying. Power play $50 on this lineup.
To win?
1,175.
Fuck yeah, dude.
$1,175 cold hard cash in my account. It's gonna be sweet.
I'm gonna be sweating.
Thursday night, Ryan's on the edge of his couch, just sweating bullets.
Just hey, I'm gonna need a fucking tank top on. Gonna get hot in there.
And you're just gonna be screaming against who?
I'm gonna be screaming that Chet Holmgren goes less than 15.5 points.
I like it. I love the Chet hate from you.
Why don't you like Chet?
Cause I got one of his fucking cards and it won't fucking sell. It's the finals. What
Well,
more do
why
I
would
need?
you want to be tanking his stock then? You should want him to do well so that you
I know,
sell that
That's
card.
true.
I just-
You want him to be
psychology.
finals MVP, not tank.
Okay, so Ryan's got Chet for less than 15.5. Jared?
Obi Toppin more than 10.5 points.
Okay. Obi. Toppin.
OB.
Tyler?
I got Tyrese Halliburton more than 24.5 points and assists. Another toggle.
And then I also got a Red Devil. TJ McConnell just needs to make one 3-pointer.
I couldn't be a bigger fan of TJ.
One thing needs to happen for that one to hit. Just make a 3-pointer.
Can you imagine if the other three have hit and then he hits the game-winning 3-pointer?
Oh, that'd be electric.
Oh gosh.
$1,100 cold hard cash in my account.
That's why we love sports.
I love cold hard cash in my account.
Fucking CHC.
So you gotta roll with us, guys. This is the one to go all in.
Yeah,
on.
it is.
Can feel it in my bones,
Mm-hmm.
and I can feel that cold hard cash in my account.
Your wallet.
Mm-hmm. So roll with us, guys. Again, use code YBR if you're signing up. Now's the week to get in. It could be the last game of the series,
Could be.
NBA Finals.
Yep.
So go to Prize Picks, check it out, and if you got any slip picks, send them in. I was at the golf course, and there was leaderboard up, and this mom and her daughter were standing there. She was like, "Look, like whatever," and she's like, I guess you won some money off of Grandpa. And I looked, and she got first place, and I was like, "Oh, you made a bet with your grandpa? Like, nice." And she was like, "Well, we didn't tell him that I was the only one in my age division." I was like, "Yeah, that's
funny.
pretty good by her."
Yeah, take that money and run.
But yeah, I went golfing this weekend, and I realized something. I realized that guys love true hobbies for guys. Guys love hobbies that make them miserable.
and you're using golf. That
Golf's
was the inspiration.
primo example.
Yep.
I didn't see it. When you're doing it yourself, you don't necessarily realize it because you're consumed by your miserableness. But when I golfed with my brother, and boy, him and I were happy at the beginning of the round.
Oh yeah. Before hole one.
We were out there. I chipped in for birdie on the first hole. We're like, I'm gonna shoot the best round of my life. And then you could see the life draining from my brother's eyes by hole number 8. Started going, And then by the end, both him and I aren't even talking while we're on the cart. It's just strictly transactional. It's just like, yeah, I think your ball's over there.
Same cart too.
But then the fucked up thing is you finish 18 holes, you're miserable, and then it's like, you want to get a tee time for next weekend?
Yeah. I don't know what. We love that.
It's like we're addicted to the pain.
Yeah. I mean, also fishing, you don't catch a thing. You're so excited to do it. And then by the end of it, you're like, why did I just spend 2 hours doing that?
You're just changing lures out of boredom.
Right? Because like fishing could be meditative, right? But after you're out there for about an hour by yourself, you're like, all right, I got my fix.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to stick out here for another hour just to make sure that I'm miserable.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it like 5-10 more casts and then 100 casts later. You're like, okay.
One more.
That's how I am
Lot
with
more
hunting.
cast.
I'm going to go sit in the woods. It could be raining, could be snowing, could be freezing, and I don't see any deer. And then I'm like, I think I'll just do this again tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, this is a good time staring at the same red squirrel for 8 hours.
Or even woodworking.
Oh my God.
You're making something and then you make a couple bad cuts and you run out of wood, or it doesn't, or you start putting it together and it just nothing matches up.
Yep. Your plan in your head is perfect. And then you start to execute said plan and plan does not go according to it, irate. It's some of my angriest moments are when I'm in the wood shop and shit doesn't go right.
Yeah, or even your lawn. You
Yeah.
could be doing everything right, and then you just got a dead patch, and then you stick a screwdriver in the ground, find out there's a rock there, and you tear up your whole lawn to pull out a rock, like that one guy on the internet. He had to have been miserable doing that. It's like the more miserable it makes you, and the more difficult it is, the happier that we are.
I think it's because when you have all these lows, the highs are so much higher.
That is very true.
Well, I think we're also just addicted to like chasing success. And like, how do you measure success in woodworking and playing golf and fishing? Like, success in fishing is like catching your limit, right?
Yep.
But so you go out once, you don't catch anything, but then you come back out the next time, you catch your limit. You're like, fuck, I got to get out again.
And when you do get that success, you forget about all the failures. So like when I shot my bear, I basically forgot about the first night I didn't see any bears for 8 hours.
That is true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
When you told us that, after you said you got a bear, I didn't. And you told us you sat there for 8 hours. Didn't even think about that 8 hours.
All the failures out the window.
It's kind of like having children. They say that women will biologically black out what labor was really like so that they have another kid.
Yep. Well, it's like they remember it right away, and then it's like 8 months later when the kid's being really cute and sweet. It's like, oh, we should have another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you hated labor.
Well, even just asking them questions about labor, they don't remember anything. Yeah. I kind of understand why. There's a lot going on there, but for me, it's like it's buying and selling sports cards. Like I some of my most miserable moments have been in the sports card world.
Yeah, you
like, when can I get a fucking W here?
You drop 400.
Yeah, you're just blowing money left and right.
Just fucking. Here is $5,000 for the last X amount of years of doing this. Just take it. Why do I keep doing it? Just because it's the thrill of like getting that one fucking huge card.
That Wemby rookie.
Yep, exactly. Jaden Daniels auto. It's like that one big card you hit. You're like, I'm still down 10 grand, but this one card for $500 I just pulled made it so worth it. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's like we just choose hobbies that are essentially gambling.
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do I have enough? The gamble is, do I have enough skills to be happy at the end of this?
Yeah, you can sort of hedge your bets by getting better at the thing, but it's still not 100% guarantee. Like, I can cut trails, grow food plots, scout my land. That won't make the deer walk in front of me. It's going to help, but it's still a gamble.
Well, I mean, in the golf world, you can get fitted for new clubs. You can get lessons. You can do all that stuff. And you might still shoot 90.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you can hedge your bets a little bit, but we are gambling at the core.
Yeah, that's what lawns are.
Yeah.
You can water shit out of it, this and that, but if you don't got the right soil, you're fucked.
You can try mixing this chemical with this chemical and be like, oh, this has got to do the job. And then before you know it, everything's dead.
Yeah.
Time to start over.
Oh shit, I shouldn't have put WD-40 on my lawn.
Yeah. You get everything looking good. You're like, where are all these dead spots? Like, oh yeah, my dog pisses in this yard and it kills the grass off.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I'll experiment with a litter box for my dog.
Yeah.
Gotta sell the dog.
Yeah, it's mostly because I think biologically us, especially as males, we're addicted to problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just choose hobbies that are just, if we choose a hobby that doesn't have a new problem pop up, we're bored with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we're also, I think, biologically as well, men are more apt to take risks. That's why, like, when you have a toddler boy, a lot of them are a lot crazier than toddler girls. So like, we just want to take risks, and that's part of the gambling of it all.
That is true. I love trying to hit a drive as hard as I can because it's like it could hit a house or it could end up 300 yards in the middle of fairway.
Yep.
And the thrill of that
Yeah.
is unmatched.
I love buying $100 box of sports cards and just knowing that I could hit a $150 card out of this box.
Or
I could get absolutely skunked and lose $100. I don't understand it.
So I watched some sports cards people and Pokemon card people opening up packs, and then they put what each card is worth every time they flip through it. And most of them are like worth like 85 cents.
Yeah, $1.
How do they know that? Are they selling these things for 85 cents?
Yes, they're just checking comparable sales on eBay.
But so like
Kelly Blue Book.
somebody's actually listing a card and then shipping it to someone for 85 cents.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some cards sell for
Jesus.
1 cent, and then the shipping is $1.25.
So do you do that? So you can make a little bit
I'll
of your
sell
money
dollar
back.
cards.
Hmm.
It also just keeps your account in the algorithm, so your other cards pop up. So yeah.
Activity.
Activity. Yeah.
Activities.
Yep.
Name of the game. And how many of those do you sell?
Oh, probably like 8 to 10 a week. So
Percentage wise, though.
Percentage of dollar cards compared to everything is
No, how many of your dollar cards do you sell percentage wise?
45%.
See, it's just close enough to 50. It keeps you coming back.
I know.
You hear
I
the
know.
ching with the
Yeah.
eBay notification, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Get a dopamine rush.
And then you'll list a card for $1. Someone will offer you 75 cents.
Art of
It's
the
like,
deal.
what the fuck? Cancel offer.
Well, they saw the
Get the
same
fuck
video
outta
I
here.
did. They know it's only worth 85.
Yeah. So
It's a whole thing.
So that's what I realized this weekend. It's like, oh, this new hobby, and you're like, can you be miserable doing it? And they're like, oh yeah. there's this new hobby has unlocked new ways to be miserable. You're like, sign me up.
Hell yeah.
like, what hobbies are out there that don't really have problems that will arise to solve?
Reading.
Reading is good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes I'm miserable in the middle of a book when it's kind of slow and boring, but
Yeah. Is anyone mad? Like, I don't think anyone's like disappointed or mad when they finish a book. It's actually a great feeling.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say. Would you say watching TV is a hobby?
maybe.
I would say so.
So how can we rope? Books can't be a hobby.
Yeah.
It's just a form of entertainment.
Yeah. I would agree with that. What about
You can collect books and stuff, I guess, but
video games? Because that's more involved than reading or watching TV. You're controlling the story yourself.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah,
I mean, think of when we were younger, we would throw controllers at
That's
the wall.
true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
You know, we would fucking break discs.
You can get miserable playing video
You'd
games.
rage quit.
Yeah.
You would call your siblings words that they should never be called in their life.
Yeah.
Or random strangers playing on the other side of the world.
That's true. God, that's wild. Yeah, that is very true.
Halo lobby chats.
That's a classic. Is it a hobby or is it an activity? Is like, is it a sport or is it an activity?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it a hobby or is it an activity? If it doesn't make you miserable, it's not a hobby.
Yeah, like riding motorcycle, some would consider a hobby, but that's more of just an activity because you feel good until someone runs a red light. Yeah, that's
Same
true.
thing with owning a boat.
Oh, yeah. Like there's a YouTuber page where their whole motto is cars are pain.
Yeah.
Like they print that on t-shirts.
Sure.
So
And that makes sense because they are pain.
a car is definitely a hobby.
Anything with an engine, I would say, is a hobby. Like
I would say grilling, is it more of an activity than a hobby? Because I feel like grilling, there's unless you're Tyler, there's not ever a time it makes me miserable.
Like even if you just overcook a steak a little bit, or even if you char one up, it's like
You
you're
just
not
give
really
that to someone else and don't
Yeah,
eat it yourself.
exactly.
you know?
You're
it's
not
definitely a
miserable
hobby
after
for
that.
me because I'm fucking miserable the whole time I do it.
I think if you're experimenting on the grill, doing new shit, then it's a hobby. But if you're just doing it to do it,
Yeah, like if you're one of those
hobby.
guys that does like the dry rubs and the aged meats and all that stuff.
that'd be more of a hobby-ish.
And if you're just grilling to put food on the table, like that's what's happening. It's more of like it's just a necessity at that time.
Survival
Right.
technique.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's passionate about cooking on the stove.
Right.
I guess they would
Chefs.
be.
Well,
They're very passionate.
okay. Yeah.
Microwaving. We'll do
Yeah,
microwaving.
yeah,
Yeah, no one's microwave stuff for hobby.
No
Exactly.
there's nothing miserable about like nuking some mac and cheese.
Dude, that should be a whole TikTok page. Someone like being the microwave guy that acts like it's a cooking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like
how to do gourmet poverty nachos.
Yeah.
In the microwave.
Yeah.
Cordon Bleus.
The correct way to reheat something in the microwave.
Mhm.
Or even fucking
Very
with
proper.
power levels too.
Yeah.
Because like the back of like a frozen vegetable bag, it tells you what power setting to have it on. It's like, hopefully my microwave is set on that because I'm just putting it in.
I never understand that.
If you are changing the power on your microwave, you are a loser.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I was
I
just
don't
going to
either.
say, if you even know how to do it, you are questionable.
Like, what's the
Yeah.
standard power level that it comes on?
Why
I don't
do you
know.
have so
50
much
watts.
time in your life to mess with the power settings on your microwave and then let alone have the mental capacity to return it to the original level?
Yeah.
If I change the level on my microwave and I don't know what is it 1 through 10?
I think it's
I
like
think it's
12
percentages.
If I change it to 5 out of 10, it's staying on 5 out of 10 until I get pissed later about why something's not getting hot.
No, you're gonna just assume that your microwave wore out.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to 5 power out of 10, and then I'm gonna end up buying a new microwave because it's broke.
Do you think that? So we have 2 microwaves here, and we have the good microwave and the bad microwave. Do you think the bad microwave is just on a low power setting?
Very well could be.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I have no idea. I use it almost every day. I wouldn't even know to check.
I don't know where to check.
Factory reset.
You just have to press all of the buttons on it.
Mhm.
You don't have enough fingers.
Did you know that microwaves have like secret combinations you can do to like turn off the beeper and shit? Like even older microwaves, like if you press 8, 5, 9, whatever in a certain order, then a thing pops up. It's like turn beeper off and like start for yes.
80085.
Yep, that's the code.
If anyone wants to steal my new Wi-Fi, I just got Starlink and the password is 8008135 exclamation point.
Right.
Hell yeah,
I'm
Tyler.
gonna pull up in your driveway and work from there.
Okay.
I hate with like microwave popcorn. It tells you not to use the popcorn button. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never read the back of a popcorn bag.
Well, is there like, is Big Popcorn talking to Big Microwave? Like, hey,
Obviously
here's
not.
what we need.
Yeah.
We've been
What
making
would be
our own.
what would be their motives behind not wanting to use it? Seems like that's great for their brand.
Big time.
They just got spurned by Big Microwave back in the day. It's like, don't use their fucking buttons.
But they gave them a whole button.
You know?
And a potato button. There's a potato button too. You don't see potato saying don't use
No.
the potato button.
And is it like, is it?
There's a
whole- is it-
potato button on a microwave.
I've seen
Wow.
You gotta look at your microwave.
All I ever look at on my microwave is the plus 30 seconds.
Yeah,
If I got 5 minutes, I just hammer that
me
sucker.
too. Me too. Or like,
There's a potato setting.
I've seen-
I would never cook a potato in the microwave.
I used to do it when I was a kid all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah, but is it instant potatoes? Is it like
No,
full
you
baked potato?
you just throw a whole potato in there, you nuke it for like 3 minutes, and then it's good to go.
We need like a
It's
sweet.
just as good as boiling it.
We
in
need
my
a-
Do you,
opinion.
do you do a slice on the top?
You can.
Yeah, I would do that. To me, it would feel so strange just throwing a potato, just taking it out of the bag and throwing it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Seems crazy to me.
Wrap it in tinfoil and throw it in there.
Yep, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, yep. Put it in tinfoil, everybody. And then just it works better if you leave the forks hot. So if you just leave the fork in the microwave
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Or if you're gonna put butter on it, put the knife in the microwave so that you can get slice the butter easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a hot knife going through butter.
You guys ever use the what is it, the defrost button, or is it the thaw, like meat thaw
Yeah,
button?
I use
Defrost.
defrost in there all the time.
I mean, you hit that button, there's fucking 10 minutes on the deal. How about we just go
You go by
5 minutes at the
pounds.
regular, and then once it just starts boiling, like the liquid coming out starts, but how we just take it out?
Well,
Well, you're supposed to
so
put it in
it's
there
not
by
supposed to because if you boil it, it'll start cooking the meat.
yeah.
No, I know, but
So
I don't have time to sit around for 10 minutes to wait for something to thaw out.
Well,
Well,
you're
then
out
just
of
cook.
luck.
Then just cook it frozen at that point.
Like thawing out. Like if I have a frozen ring of deer sausage, I'm just gonna throw it in the microwave on like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but
that's
already
Okay,
it's already
Sure.
cooked.
Okay, so even back to the raw meat, I've never used the defrost button.
Huh.
I'll usually put it in for like maybe 4 minutes, flip it, and then do it again.
So if you do it right in there, it's quicker than. So I defrost things mostly if I'm thinking ahead with just super hot water, and then I just sit it in the hot water.
Well, you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
Why?
You're
do
not
that all
supposed
the
to do
time,
hot
too.
water. You're supposed to do just like room temperature water.
I do
Takes too long.
scorching hot water.
Same. I get my
You're not
sink
supposed to.
sink as hot as it can go. I plug the bitch up, throw
Yeah.
the meat in.
If it's 5:30 and we're eating at 6 and we have no hamburger thawed out, I'm just putting that. I'm gonna boil water and then I'll throw it in there. It doesn't make it taste any
I
different.
mean, ideally, you should just take it out the day before and put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
ideal.
who's
But
thinking
I'm
that
also
far ahead?
I'm also a male and I'm not doing that most of the time.
One time I forgot to defrost a turkey.
Oh,
It was a COVID Thanksgiving, so it was me, my brother, and Ann because we all lived together at the time, and I just forgot to defrost the turkey,
Oh.
and so I started it by putting it in some hot water,
Yeah.
and then after a while we're like, I have to start cooking this, or we're not going to eat dinner, so I just cooked it like half frozen turkey.
And it was pretty bad.
It ended up being fine.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But yeah, that's like the one thing you shouldn't forget
Right.
to defrost.
Yeah, because
That's a multiple day process.
Like 3 or 4 days
Yeah.
for those things.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Mhm. Oh well.
Whatever.
Also, Ryan, your microwave's pretty effed up too. So,
He's got a new one now.
No,
oh, you do have a new
that's my
one.
old house.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was in the purchase agreement. I was like, I'm not taking this microwave with me. nor would you ever take them unless it's like a tabletop
Well,
one.
you
but-
should not draw any attention to that microwave in a purchase agreement because that could get them to back out.
Imagine
Your
losing,
microwave's so bad it could cause someone to back out of the sale.
losing the
outage.
sale on your home for
So-
a $50 microwave.
I mean, the heat on it was fine. It still worked. You just couldn't see the time.
Gotcha.
It's like you're just living in darkness.
The microwave defroster it's a good function. You should
I'm guessing what it does
Experiment.
is it automatically lowers the power of your microwave.
probably because what it does, it's like what kind of meat. It's like red chicken or fish. You select 1, 2, or 3, and then you just put in the weight of it, and then it goes, it beeps, you flip it, you just do it again, and it beeps, and you're done.
Gotta flip it. Huh?
Hey, try it out this weekend.
Report
I don't
back.
know. I'll just we'll see if we'll see.
Why don't you want to do it?
It takes too long.
It's scary. It's quicker than the
Yeah, because
water.
like
in the sink.
I know how much time I need to put on there for like a full pound and a half frozen thing of hamburger.
Okay.
So
All right.
it doesn't take it doesn't. It's not less time, Jared.
Okay.
It's less time than the sink method. So I use the microwave if like I've completely forgotten dinner times now.
You flip it. You flip it when it because it doesn't give you time intervals in between where you
Yeah.
gotta flip it.
Yep. So you goes, it beeps, then you flip, and then it just hit start again, and then it'll go.
Yeah, you just flip it. You just pick it up and you turn it 180 degree clockwise. That's what they mean by turn
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah,
correct?
that's spinning it. This is turning it is.
Yeah, you turn it like clockwise.
Mhm.
That would be a funny joke for like a comedy movie. Dumb and Dumber 3. Flip the meat, spins it.
Is that happening?
I hope not. They already fucking
They fucked number 2.
They
up
fucking
already.
fucked it up.
They absolutely fucked number 1 by doing number 2. Don't even get me started on the prequel. I mean, Dumb and Dumber 2. You're gonna tell me that never mind.
Yeah, we
They made him so much dumber in the second one. Like Dumb and Dumber 1 was the perfect amount of dumb because they were still functioning people
wasn't number
in society. Like they could, you know what I mean? They just were dumb,
Ish.
regular people. And then in Dumb and Dumber 2, they made them just unbelievable morons.
So was Dumb and Dumber 2 was that Dumb and Dumber?
That was the prequel.
Dumb and Dumber was the prequel. Dumb and Dumber 2 TOO
Came out like 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is not confirmed, but Jeff Daniels would really like to do it.
Wants that money.
They probably want to refix Dumb and Dumber 2 by making them less dumb.
That's true.
What was so beautiful about Dumb and Dumber, the original, was yes, they were really dumb, but they weren't incompetent. They could still like function in society.
I don't know if I've ever seen number 2.
No, I
You don't need to.
Okay, I'll skip it.
There's only one funny part, and that's when something goes off in the car and they get out and they can't hear anything, and the one guy gets hit by a train and they turn around and they thought he drove off. He really just got hit by a train.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Sounds like a good movie.
No, it's the only funny part.
Speaking of Dumb and Dumber, what else you got for us, Jared?
Well, should we take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So we're going to take a break. Then Tyler's going to give us an update on his puking saga.
Oh, yeah.
And then the postponed Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Graders coming up next. Because we couldn't do it last week because of Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's me.
So we take a break and we'll do that. Are you ready, Jared?
I'm so ready.
I don't know how to feel about the optimism.
Don't be mean.
Not me. I'm excited for this.
I say I know you're ready, but on the 1 in 300 chance that you're not, thank God I asked.
I know. I'm
It's
just
like
telling you.
Dave's 2-2 method. Most of the time you know where someone is, but in the off chance that you don't, you can save a life.
So what should I have done differently?
2-2. I just be like, yep. There we go. Well, it wasn't what you said. It was how you said it. It was like, yes, Myles, I am ready. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
Is what you
I
actually
thought I was being like
said.
facetious or whatever. Yeah. Gotcha. I wasn't. Anywho.
You ready, Jared?
Yep.
See? Isn't that great?
All is well.
All right, Tyler. You can't just wander out of a podcast mid-podcast, get the rest of the day off without explaining yourself. So this better be a good story.
It's not. I just get really, really terrible migraines, and they get doubled in here because we have studio lights directly into my face.
But yeah, I suppose that one is.
Yeah, so I'm like looking at you, and you've got these 2 giant studio lights, and then I get nauseous anyway every time I have a migraine, but it just gets so much worse when I'm in here. So I went and threw up a whole bunch.
A whole bunch.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Tyler is like a farmer whose crop isn't growing very good, and he's just standing there rubbing his temples going, oh, migraine. Oh, migraine.
I about that.
How fucking long you been working on that?
I thought of it immediately after the podcast last week, and I was like, damn it. But yeah, that was you.
Yep.
You could wear shades. I mean, there's a pair of shades
That
right over
would-
here.
That's actually.
Why don't they make sunglass contacts or transitions contacts?
transition contact lenses?
Your eyes turn black outside.
That would be creepy as hell.
Is that why? Probably.
Probably. You terrified.
Good. I mean, not bad. You don't really like people that much. I mean, you kind of do, but in situations you don't. You can just black contacts out.
No?
People would avoid you.
You think I'm
It's like a mood ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like a mood ring.
Black means don't talk to me.
Brown means I just shit myself.
So you got migraines. Like, why don't you have one right now?
I don't know.
Comes and goes.
What are they caused by? Do you know?
There's a bunch of theories. At one point in my life, I got my head scanned and I have a cyst in a sinus that apparently pushes on my brain.
That's the cysty.
Yeah, that's the cysty. But they don't think that should cause migraines. It should just cause
So
regular.
you have a
headaches.
cyst in your sinus. Great band
Great.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
You gotta be quicker on the draw on that, Jared.
Damn it.
Cyst in the sinus.
Yeah, so that and like the one above your eyebrows, which would make sense because I get the migraines right behind this eye and at the base of my skull.
Mm.
So that That's what they thought it was originally. They gave me some medicine that was reduced the inflammation, didn't do fucking shit. And then they thought that it was like pinched nerves in my shoulder. And so that's why I get so many massages, and that does help. And then after this last one,
somewhat of a happy ending.
It was, yep. And this last one, I went in again, and they're like, "Yeah,
well, you can't even bring up the word massage on this podcast."
Our brain turns off.
Yeah.
I couldn't think about anything else. I have no idea what he said after that.
Go on.
So this last bout, I get them really like every day, really bad for like a month, and then they shut off for like 4 or 5 months. So those are called cluster migraines. And this most recent batch has been pretty shitty. So I went in last week, and they're like, "Yeah, you're definitely pinching a nerve in your shoulder," but they were feeling around. They're like, your spine is all out of whack.
Your scoliosis.
So
basically,
that's what we're gonna have to start doing around the office. We're gonna have to do monthly scoliosis checks.
Yep.
You guys are gonna have to go with me into the bathroom, pull up your shirt, and I'll just run my finger along your spine to make sure everything's in order.
No.
He'll take He'll take a level. He'll just take a level down our spine, see if the bubble's in the middle.
Yeah, you can just use your iPhone for that.
Yeah. So you got scoliosis.
Something like that. They said my cervical spine is not aligned, so I need to go to a chiropractor. As I've tried all kinds of medicines, and those don't work.
Yeah, no. I mean they make good money off them though.
Sure do.
You maybe need a second opinion just because this doctor of yours might be bought by big chiropractic.
It could be.
And this could just be getting another hamster on the wheel.
No.
Yeah, but I'm having good luck chiropractor with my ears though.
I genuinely was going to ask you for your reference because we have the same insurance, so I know that it'll be accepted
so
there.
It covers the first 20 visits.
Perfect. I could pace 20 out a year. That'd be
yeah. So did they tell you why your neck is crooked?
No. Well, they assume that it's how I sleep because I'm a side sleeper most of the time, sometimes on my stomach. So they said I need to get like a special pillow, like a cervical spine pillow.
Like a My Pillow.
Sort of, it's like a cube. And so there's like, if you turn it on one side of the cube, it's for when you sleep on your side. They have to like measure my shoulder to my neck for this pillow. And then if you turn it again, it's for you laying on your back. And then they're also like, just stop fucking sleeping on your stomach. There's no
it's not good for you. That was my issue.
That. Yeah.
Well, like why I'm all misaligned. My jaw's misaligned. My right shoulder just lower than
you guys sleep on your stomach?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
Arm underneath the pillow on my stomach.
Yeah. Head on the pillow, and then I hold another pillow when I'm on my stomach.
Like a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Football guy.
High and tight.
Rear naked choke.
Even in my sleep.
Pillow security is job security.
So I say.
So they said not to buy the pillow until the chiropractor confirms, because the lady was like, "I think your spine's out of whack, but that's not my thing. It just feels wrong. So go to a chiropractor and they'll tell you."
You think they would have recommended a chiropractor earlier instead of a masseuse?
Yeah, the masseuse was. They mentioned the pinched nerve thing, and I went and did the masseuse on my own. I was like, I'll go try this out. So
you're gonna keep going to the massage therapist?
Not if the chiropractor works.
Yeah, that's.
Well, the ENT wasn't gonna recommend a chiropractor.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
They're like, here's a bunch of medication.
Right.
Stick this one up your ass 3 times a day. I did, and it didn't work.
Jared said he'll help you with that.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
He's got long fingers.
We could do that during monthly spine checks.
It's scoliosis checks.
Yeah, spine checks.
Yeah. So that's the update.
All right. So hopefully it's not terminal.
I don't think it's brain cancer.
Okay.
That's not off the table.
But you did a scan.
Yep. Yeah, but that was a while ago. That was like, 3 years ago? It was while I was working here.
Yeah.
But if it was actually like brain cancer or some shit, I would have migraines. It wouldn't be these cluster ones.
Yeah.
Or just get them all the fucking time.
Well,
I'll keep you guys posted.
T's and P's.
No.
But like If you could have them on other days other than Mondays when we record,
I really try to have them at home
That'd be nice,
so it doesn't interrupt our days.
save it for ruin your weekend, not your work week.
I mean, we should have done this. We should have kept you here last Monday and then did Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader because he's off.
I would have fucking.
Yeah,
lost
He's
it.
off during that time.
That is true.
You know?
I had one last night, so I should be good.
So here's a question. Last thing I'll ask about this. So we talked about last week. I don't know if we did it in private or on the podcast, but we said we should have mic'd you up for puking.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you couldn't hear it. It was Exorcist shit.
Would you have been mad if we'd have slid a mic underneath the door?
Good question.
No.
I think you would have.
we talked about
Now
it.
you say that, but in the moment,
If you guys have been like knocking on the door, I'd have been like, fuck off. I'm fighting for my life in here.
We got to see if you're
But if
telling
you
the
just-
truth or not, though.
Yeah. You could ask the guys in the bullpen. They might have heard. I was down bad in the bathroom, and then I was all right by the afternoon.
how was your drive home?
Not fucking good. I almost pulled over. Just one-eyed it.
Oof. Duh.
I mean, you drive with 1 foot. Why not one eye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
you
one
set
hand.
you set the
Yeah.
cruise and you put your knee on the bottom of the steering wheel.
Yeah, everybody does that.
I only put my hands on the steering wheel when my car tells me to move the wheels to make sure I'm not
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this fucking thing.
Yeah, they're gonna make something. You don't have to do that.
All right, Jared, the long-awaited "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" What are the rules again? How are we doing this?
Well, we've only done it once before.
And how did
We
we
did?
do it before?
I don't remember, but I do have a system here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hi, Jared. What if I would have left notes for my future self through you, and you didn't even look it up?
I knew we did it like around Christmas 2023. That's
Okay,
about
so it's
all
been
the
a few
info.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that doesn't really do anything for us.
And do you remember at least how we fared?
I think Tyler won.
Hell
What
yeah.
a fucker.
Mhm. That's what I thought.
So I'm the defending champ. I didn't even know we did it.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. What are the rules?
I'll ask you guys each 5 questions, and if there's a tie, I have a tiebreaker question.
Okay.
And are we going all 5 straight or are we going in a circle?
Let's
One
go
at
to
a time?
circle. We'll go to
We'll go
one
to
at a
circle.
time. Well,
Okay.
spelling bee rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
So double elimination.
Well, I guess not really, because each
It's-
answer 5, and then if there's
Yeah.
a tie, we'll go.
And it-
That's smart because then we at least if you lose your first 2, you still get to play.
And we'll also do grades. If you get 1 or less, you get an F. 2 is a D. 3 is C. 4 is B. 5 is an A.
Nice.
So we'll also get grades. Let's throw it in there.
It's a fun little wrinkle.
Yeah.
is it? Are you pulling questions out of a hat again, or are they predetermined?
I just have a
you?
listed order. So
So they're predetermined. He's gonna make a fool of me.
So who are you going to make
Tyler win
start
again.
based off of your list? Because it's
we'll go first with Tyler. He won last time. So.
okay. So the first one is going to be like
And then we'll go.
who's the author of
clockwise.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 5th grader question.
Yeah.
All right, should we start?
Yep.
All right, Tyler. What is the next prime number after 7?
So fucking easy, dude.
13.
Nope.
Final answer?
Yeah.
11.
I knew it was
Fuck.
nothing.
Yeah. I even told you it wasn't 13, and then Jared said final answer. You could have backed out.
It was too. Even if I backed out, you wouldn't have let
Also,
me.
quit that. You were trying to help him?
No, I just
We're in a competition.
In spelling bees, we don't have a final answer call. It's just that
Okay,
when
sorry.
you finish the word.
yeah. What are we doing? Final answer?
Yeah. There's no.
If I had to rescind because of Ryan's comment, you guys wouldn't have let me have it anyway.
You're right.
Hot start. All right, Miles. What do we call the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly?
This is fuck, dude. I feel, in a sense, I feel bad for you.
Do you know it?
I feel like I should.
All right, I'm gonna have a Jimmy Neutron brain blast here. Just give me a sec.
Just give you 10 minutes.
I know for a fact it's not photosynthesis.
No, or
Yeah.
chlorophyll.
Or it's not. It's not mitochondria. can tell you that much because I know that's the powerhouse
Hey,
of the cell.
you're narrowing it down. This is good.
It's not chlorophyll.
Not borophyll.
Chlorophyll. More like borophyll.
Okay. I just feel like it's right there, but I can't even think of a word. Can't even think of a word for it. I gotta scrape my 4th grade science book here quick.
5th grade science book.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, no, you should know this by 5th grade. This is, beginning of the year stuff. Should know by 4th grade.
Are you smarter than a 4th grader transitioning into 5th grade?
Are you smarter than a 4th grader? Yeah. The 4th
fuck.
grader.
It's not fuck.
Final answer.
Fuck.
I don't even have a bead.
We gotta start a timer.
10 seconds.
Metamorphosis.
Got it.
That's exactly what I was
Hell
thinking.
yeah.
But I found
Hell
like, no way
yeah.
that
Brain blast. Let's go.
That was impressive.
I thought of it right away, and then I was like, I feel like that's for fucking rocks.
I was thinking it was for what was that like book or TV show, or it was like the caveman like morphing into? Was that
Animorphs?
yes?
When they turn into animals?
Good thing I didn't
Yes.
say
Hell yeah.
animorphs.
Yeah, Animorphs not the answer.
I just couldn't get chrysalis out of my head.
Yeah, because there's metamorphic rock, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, hopefully I get that question next. I'll nail it.
It's always Metamore. All right. Ryan, what U.S. president is on the $20 bill?
Let's see. Dollar is G-Dub.
Process
5 is
elimination.
10 is Adams, I believe, and 20 is Ajax. Ajax, short for Andrew Jackson. Final answer.
Got it.
Nice.
There's one, Ryan.
Now, if you would ask me what number president Ajax was, I would not have known
Now,
that.
so far, that is the only question that pertains to our life now,
Yes.
which is,
We
we'll
could-
keep a running tally, too.
Okay.
Then we can decide if even being smart as a 5th grader is worth it.
Right.
That's true.
Is the school system
That's
failing our
true.
5th graders?
Yeah, is homeschooling a better option?
What 5th grader needs to know fucking metamorphosis?
But also, why does it matter who's on the $20 bill?
True.
So actually, you know what? That doesn't matter either.
Yeah. What
0 for
president
3.
is on my debit card? None of them.
There you go. Nice one, Tyler.
Tyler, what is the boiling point of water in degrees Celsius?
Celsius?
Yep.
100.
Got it.
See, is it
I would've had to
272 for
think about
Fahrenheit?
that.
212
212.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, fuck.
Because at 211, it's just really hot water.
Very hot.
All right. So you got one.
hmm
You're 1 for 2.
Yep.
Miles, what was the name of the ship the Pilgrims sailed onto America?
Mayflower.
Got it.
Nice.
That was easy.
I've-
5th graders are.
All right. I have a D.
Hell yeah.
I have a D secured.
Now you don't have to play any more of the game to pass the game.
Yeah, I know. That's what I would have done in
That's
college.
what you'd have done in
for sure.
college.
He ran the notes. He's just done. Miles is going to
Yeah.
sit there.
Yeah.
Ryan, what part of a plant carries water from the roots to the rest of the plant?
What part of the plant carries water from the roots to the rest of the plant?
That was the question. Yep.
Wait, yeah, I know. I'm asking it back to you to confirmation.
So what is it?
Classic
Give me a
buying
fucking-
time.
Give me a fucking second to think about it. Part of the plant. See, like I don't know if I'm going to be scientifically correct with this one.
That'd be bad. It's a science's question.
Is it the veins?
It's the stem.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
like, there's
That's-
no way it's that
I don't-
simple, but
it's
that's
same.
what I would have said.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And they're like, well, this is, that's bad because this is a science question. So actually what you said, that threw me completely off. You can't be influencing answers during this game.
You just tried to influence him.
You did.
Right off the bat.
I told
Right off the bat.
influence him in the best way possible.
Hey, you can still get a C. You're good.
You can still win, right?
You can get a B. You got the first one right.
Yeah, you're doing
Jared,
fine.
you ask the questions and then keep your mouth shut.
I'm the only one that's got one wrong.
Yeah.
Tyler, what is the southernmost continent?
Antarctica.
Got it.
That's so cake. He needed a win.
What's the northernmost continent?
I didn't look that up. And it's not on here.
That's smarter than sixth grade.
That actually is.
Yeah.
Isn't it Antarctica?
Could be.
No. Antarctica's south. It's on the South Pole.
There's also
Whatever's on the North Pole.
Russia would be Russia and Canada and Greenland are probably the closest around the whole top.
Is Greenland a continent?
Probably part of North America
That would be North America.
Yeah.
or Europe.
So North America or
Maybe Asia.
Yeah.
Myles, what is the highest court in the United States?
the Supreme Court.
Got it. Got a C.
That was backwards.
All right, Ryan. What is the process by which water turns into vapor?
Can I get a different subject? Can we mix that up a little bit? Because
You got this one.
You got Andrew Jackson as the first one. You're fine.
repeat the question.
What is the process by which water turns into vapor?
Boiling.
Close. It's evaporation.
Vapors in the word.
Evaporation is
I mean, when you're when you're
Evaporation.
boiling water, it's
evaporating.
correct. So
But water can evaporate even if it's not boiling.
Correct.
So you got that one wrong.
This is the fourth question.
That scared me.
We have a glass attack from Ryan.
That's our first ever glass attack. In how many episodes?
This is 331.
This is a first. That's actually maybe the first malicious thing that's ever happened
Yeah.
on this podcast.
For our listeners, Ryan threw a water bottle at the glass, separating him and Jared.
Pretty hard.
If it could have shattered and hit my face.
And imagine how hard he would have thrown it if you had thrown it submarine.
I think you threw it so fast the water in that bottle evaporated.
Yeah, there is some water on the window, but don't worry, Ryan. We don't need to clean it up because it'll just evaporate.
Tyler, which body system includes the brain and spinal cord?
The nervous system.
Got it.
Nice one.
I should know that after all my migraine talks.
Oh,
So
that's
you
a good
got
point.
2 correct of 4.
You got
I'm three of four. I
3
got
of 4. I'm
I-
3 of 3. Ryan's 1 of 3.
Yep. Myles, which of these is an interjection? Quickly, wow, run, soft.
Read the things again.
Which of these is an interjection? Quickly, wow, run, soft.
Quickly.
Nope.
What was it?
Wow.
wow. I was gonna try to interject on you.
I was thinking it was an exclamation.
I thought you wanted him to repeat the question so you could interject with "wow," and I thought that would have been really funny.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
English is not my strong suit.
It's just your first language.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest language on earth.
That's what I'm
It
saying. It's
is.
the hardest language to learn.
This is the
It's
most
easy to read.
complicated language.
Yeah, Mandarin's easier to learn than English.
All right, Ryan. Which planet is closest to the sun?
It's so fucking easy, dude. Mercury.
Got it.
I actually didn't know that.
Mercury, Venus, Earth,
Actually?
Mars,
Yeah.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto.
I don't think I would have got that either.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's the easiest question that we've asked the whole time. Really?
Yeah, I just read a book about how there's this parasite on the sun that was feeding off of Venus. So in my head, I was like, it's Venus because that's the closest one. That's why
Well, they're probably
pairs
talking
are-
about the Venus flytrap.
No, but I genuinely didn't know that.
Wow.
Thank God you got it.
What a
Um,
bunch of
What a bunch of fucking idiots. Jesus Christ.
Tyler, how many U.S. senators are there?
Oh,
This is a tough one.
No, it's not.
It's pretty
For
easy.
me, it is.
I get them mixed up with House of Representatives, but I think there's more in the House of Representatives. I think there's one governor per state. I think there's 2 senators per state. So I'm going to go with 100.
Got it.
Fuck yeah.
Bang.
Two.
Oh,
Reps is by population.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking reps.
So 475.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it fluctuates too.
So what do you got? 4?
I have, yeah, that was my last question.
Yep.
I
So you
went 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
And I'm 3 for 4.
Mm-hmm. Miles, what gas do plants absorb from the air during photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide.
Got it.
Nailed it.
Let's go. I got a B.
I just said greenhouse.
I think that counts.
Greenhouse
Is
gases.
carbon dioxide a greenhouse gas?
I would say so, yeah.
I don't know. That's this 8th
That's
grade
8th
question.
grade question.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just like boiling and evaporating. It's
Yeah.
He's still mad about that.
What's the next question?
What's the name of the imaginary line that divides the Earth into northern and southern hemispheres?
Equator.
Got it.
So you're 3 of 5?
Yep.
Okay, so a C average has got to be you are as smart as a 5th grader.
Yeah.
So Ryan's as smart as a 5th grader, and Tyler and I are both smarter than
just
a 5th
we're
grader.
slightly smarter than the average 5th grader. we as
Now you give us 100 questions.
we might get up there. We would get 75%.
Well,
Dude,
no,
that
we'd
math
get
is-
80. We'd get 80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan would only get 60%. We get 60.
I mean, I'll still fucking crush a times table against any 5th grader.
Yeah, there was no math questions.
No.
Is that what?
Well,
the
I got the
tiebreaker
prime
is?
number wrong right away.
I thought math questions would be a little weird.
So you
Yeah.
gotta go like this.
Yeah.
I
Spelling bee.
don't remember how to do long division, so
Mm-hmm.
Really?
yeah. Tried to do it the other day.
You ever done schlong division?
All right, tiebreaker, Jared.
Yep. You might want to get your phones out and write this down.
What?
How do we know we're not cheating though?
Honor system.
Honor system.
I mean, in
I got
5th grade,
right?
Oh, it'll just be like a number you have to write. I'll ask you something. You have to write down the number.
objectively, you give a 5th grader a phone, they're gonna cheat during a test.
I don't have any notepads.
I have a sticky note right here. Do we have any pens?
All right, show that you're on your notes. Okay.
Okay. What's the population of Ireland? Closest one wins.
Oh.
What?
5th graders don't know that.
Apparently they do.
5th graders don't know the population of Ireland. Can you pull up Ireland on a map?
You gotta be careful.
They're not going to show population.
They might on Google.
It might, the AI thing.
Well,
You could pull it up, screenshot it, and then open the screenshot. Pull it up behind the.
You don't have to. You don't have
Okay.
to. You got a number down? Are we
Yeah.
doing round numbers or no?
Yeah, I'm going pretty round with it.
Okay.
Well, it's just whoever's closest.
Okay, I got my number.
If I win, can I guess? And if I win, I get back into the game.
I don't have another question, but
Yeah, you'll find one. Yeah,
Uh,
I like it.
okay.
Let's do it.
All right, I mean, it's
Okay.
just dodgeball rules.
This is everlasting lightning.
Yeah. Jared, you just have to Google
Yeah, I'll
on your
just-
phone another list of 5th grader
yeah, I'm
questions.
just gonna do it real quick.
Okay,
All right, I got my answer locked in. No fucking clue.
Me
Me
too.
either.
me too.
It is 5.3 million.
Fuck, dude.
What'd you do?
I fucking decreased it by 1 million at the end.
What's your say, Ryan?
3.5 million.
I went 16 million.
I went 38 million.
Yeah.
So Ryan won.
He's back in. We're back in.
Let's go.
So my thought process was like, okay, like with slightly over 10% of the US was where my head went.
Yeah, so my head right away, I was
That's kind of why I wanted to see a visual, because if I would have seen the land size, I probably would have gone much smaller.
because I feel like we've talked about populations before, and I've always been grossly under. So my gut right away was 5 million, And I was like, no, I got to jack that up.
That's
another
like
10.
how many millions of people are in New York City?
Right. I think, what are they? It's 3 million?
It's like 11 million.
Jesus.
Just look how easy it'd be to run a country with 5 million people.
I think Canada's like 20 million or 30 million.
Yeah, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Landmass. I had 4.5.
All right, so
I'm back in.
4 out of 5 with an asterisk.
Mm-hmm. So just another round then?
Hail
or?
Mary ball.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Ryan. What year did the Titanic sink?
Oh, we're going like round. We're
I
not
thought we
doing
were.
another tiebreaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, good. No, let's do another round. Let's do another round.
okay.
Yeah, go answer that question, Ryan.
Do you know this?
If you're within a year, I think I'll give it to you.
What year did the Titanic sink?
What year did the Titanic sink?
1892.
1912.
I was just say 1913.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
B asterisk.
Yeah. B asterisk.
How the
Tyler, which ocean is the largest in the world?
Oh, God. Which one's bigger?
I know my answer.
The Pacific?
Yep.
Thank God.
That's what I would have said.
It was a 50-50 Atlantic or Pacific.
Here we go. Comes down to this. Ryan's out.
I could get back in though. If you get the tiebreaker, if you get it right and there's tiebreaker.
Well, you're saying one tie, all tie?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're playing bar dice here.
These are pretty easy.
Give it to me. Just throw them at me.
Who was the famous civil rights leader known for his "I Have a Dream" speech?
Oh,
Martin Luther King.
That's
Junior.
You're going. Oh,
Let's go.
These are all pretty easy. Let's give me that fucking Titanic question.
I would have got that right.
That's true.
I'm gonna get a little harder questions here, quick.
Well, it's tiebreaker, right?
No.
I can't believe we let him back in. What are we doing, Tyler?
Hey, rules are rules.
We're making an entertaining podcast.
I mean, it would just be the largest asterisk anyone's ever
Mhm.
seen if he does win.
Which river is the longest river in the world?
Who's this question for?
You.
Oh, I just get an individual question.
Yeah, we're going around.
It's the Amazon.
It is the Nile.
I wasn't supposed to laugh. Remember, I left a note after the spelling bee
To not laugh.
Oh, yeah.
to not laugh. Remember?
Let's see. Tyler, what is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamond.
Got it.
So I would have said.
What is the main function of red blood cells?
Good one.
To bring oxygen to your body.
Got it.
Scientist,
what's-
Ryan, you're out.
What's
You're
the
out.
answer on the deal? Because you said wondering if it was close enough.
Yeah, I was waiting for the answer.
I have a question for you when this is all said and done.
You're out. You're done.
No, I know I'm done.
No, you're
I never tried to get back in. I'm off the fucking gym class. Fuck you guys. I got enough extra credit this year already. I'm off the gym
He's
class.
playing dodgeball right now.
I'm actually gonna get to lunch first now. So this is the class before lunch, and you guys are gonna eat last.
Because white blood cells carry antibodies.
Yep. Fight viruses and shit.
Mhm.
I know that because of Osmosis Jones.
Who's next?
Me.
Tyler.
Who was the first female prime minister of the United Kingdom?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so.
Margaret Thatcher.
Got it. Nailed it.
Actually,
Yeah.
I just knew she was one. I didn't know she was the first one.
I wouldn't even known she was. I thought she was an author.
Holy shit. Fuck yeah.
Brain blast.
God damn it.
Let's see. All right, Myles, which mountain range separates Europe from Asia?
Oh, God. The Alps.
The Ural Mountains.
I knew that one.
The Alps are next to it, or what?
I don't.
Those
The
are
Swiss Alps.
Switzerland.
That's the only mountain range in Europe I know.
The Swissies.
Yeah. So Tyler won.
Tyler won with Margaret Thatcher.
Hell yeah, Margaret.
Oh,
you and me, Margie.
I am glad to say that I do believe Tyler and I are smarter than a fifth grader.
Fuck
I think
yeah.
we can confidently say that.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, and I'm getting fucking picked first at recess. So what would you rather have?
Unless you pull your groin.
Yeah, by me, who's the captain.
Well, no, because you're yeah.
What was the answer to that? The Ural?
Ural Mountains.
I don't
even.
even.
And it's EURAL.
URAL.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's not even registering in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm comfortable with losing on that.
All right, Jared.
I confidently didn't know that one.
I think those are too good. I think those are equally hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
The last two questions.
Like I said, I thought Margaret Thatcher was just an author.
That sounds like an author name.
I did
Yeah.
She probably has written a book, so you weren't wrong.
I got a question for you now, Jared.
Okay.
These are what's this called? Riddles for toddlers. Yeah. So what has 13 hearts but no lungs, feet, or belly buttons?
Caterpillar?
Deck of cards.
Oh.
A toddler's not gonna get that.
Hey, hammer them. Keep going.
Okay. What five letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
Can I answer?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Short.
The answer is short.
Oh.
What is always in front of you but can never be seen?
Your future?
That's correct.
Let's
Hey,
go.
guys.
You're smarter than a toddler.
That's correct. Okay, here the last one. The one who makes me cannot use me. The one who buys me will always buy me for someone else. The one who uses me doesn't know it. What am I?
I have no idea.
A coffin.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's creative.
It was too long. I checked out. That one was.
That's all I got.
All right.
So-
Is that it, Jared? You got a fun
I
fact?
got a fun fact. In 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson left a cup of soda with a stirring stick on his porch overnight. The chilly night air froze the mixture, and by morning, the first popsicle, then called the Popsicle, was born. Years later, Frank's own kids started calling it Popsicle, and the name stuck. Mm-hmm.
So that goes to show that we are correct calling it pop and not soda, because they didn't call that shit a soda sickle.
True.
It's true.
That's right. I wonder how they.
Or were they saying this is Pops is ickle?
Mm.
You know?
Like Father Pop.
Because that's what his kids, like Pops.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because they called him Pops, and then they.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But also it's pop,
Mm-hmm.
not soda.
Soda Pop also works.
Wonder how they came up. They came up with the name the Bomb Pop. It's someone.
Oh yeah, they look like a torpedo. Those red, white, and blue ones.
Yeah, I know, it's someone. Yeah.
Oh, like they come in the yellow box.
I think so.
Bomb
I didn't know they were
Pop.
called bomb pops.
Aren't they the red, white, and blue ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are
I think
good.
so,
The
yeah.
blue's the best.
4th of July, I guess. Yeah. Patriotism.
I don't like the white part of it though. It's not very tasty.
Wonder what flavor it even is.
Probably Mountain Berry.
What flavor is white Gatorade?
Mountain Berry, I think.
I think it's like a citrus, ain't it? It's like White Monster's a citrus.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
I thought the flavor was just white.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Ryan lost. Me and Tyler pretty much tied.
Well, you lost.
Mhm.
Tyler won.
Yeah, but we pretty much tied.
Mm.
So I think I'll give
What do you think about
the.
that, Tyler?
I think I'll give the. What would be the trophy?
I think Tyler won because he has a child closest to 5th grade.
The golden
true.
notebook is shared by me and Tyler because we gave up. I quit at the end. It just said you want to do a tie.
I think I just
What I
won.
said.
I also just want. Are you as mature as a 5th grader?
So,
The golden notebook.
another win in the competition column for myself and Tyler.
Does it piss you off?
No,
It should.
it doesn't. Everyone knows. They listen to the episode. They know who won.
They know the real
That's
one.
true. That's true, Tyler.
Let's see, any notes I'd like to leave myself for next year.
Well, if you do leave notes, you can't leave them in the golden one because that's Tyler's.
I think we got to draw from a hat.
Okay.
I think we got to draw from a hat
You guys
or,
like the
or a
hat.
randomizer of some sort.
I actually have a real suggestion we should do. Each question should be a different topic. So like first question, we all get science, and then we all get history. And
We
then
should-
all
no, we
get-
should-
there needs to be where we all get the same questions. Like a multiple choice test, like it's a real school.
Like Jared makes us a worksheet, and then we just reveal our
So there's
answers.
a verbal portion
I
and a
like that.
written portion of it.
I like that.
So next year we'll have the verbal portion, and then we'll have a written part where we'll take 10 minutes. 10 questions.
And we
We'll
are
turn
not,
it into the front.
we are not cutting out that dead air.
Yeah.
It stays in.
I like that. Everyone gets the same questions.
Yeah, we should do a test.
You can go wherever in the room to make yourself comfortable.
Yeah,
with
I'm bringing folders and I'm setting them up because Ryan's definitely going to cheat off me because he did the worst this year by a long shot.
What if instead of a written portion, we just each take the test individually with Jared alone,
That'd be
and then
good.
like the other two go out. in the hall.
No.
No.
Because
I'm smarter than teacher. This is the way it goes.
what dictates how smart we are on this segment is the questions that Jared picks. So he can totally fuck anybody during this whole thing.
I think out of the hat would help.
Randomizer and a written and
Yeah.
a 10 a 10 question popsicle quiz.
Yeah.
So
Well, popsicles.
book that for next year.
Okay. Yeah, this is the first year we're doing it, or the second time, so room for improvement.
Oh.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of You Betcha Radio. Have a great week, and we'll see you next one.
You betcha, yeah.
As a pest control professional, if a customer check bounces, should I put termites back on the property?
Undo the work, power wash all of the fucking spray you did, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do in that situation?
Pump their house full of bees.
I think you need to
Yeah.
stop accepting
Spiders.
checks. I think you need
Yeah.
to live in 2025 and just send them a link to pay.
That's a little on you then if you're accepting checks.
Yeah. Or just say you want a cashier's check.
There you go.
It's either a cashier's check or you got to pay with a card.
In front of me. But then what if the card gets declined? Do you pump the bugs back in?
I think you fight them.
Yeah, I think you got to fucking take them to the ground. You have to at least double leg, possibly single leg, depending on the situation, how they're standing.
Yeah.
You got to take them to the ground.
Or hold one of his kids hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the pest control. You are now controlling his pest.
Mhm.
And he won't give it back unless you pay me my money.
Leverage again.
Yeah. I think also like just choose better clients. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hang out in nicer neighborhoods, you know. I wouldn't be trying to spray double wides then if you're running into this issue a lot.
Those are
Not
the-
to say that their checks are bouncing, but sin.
if there's an excessive amount of pests and they haven't got it fixed yet, good chance it could bounce. Like if they've just been living in the termites for 5 years.
Yeah, that's a great question to ask. Well, how long has this been an issue? And they're like, oh fuck. At least a 3/4 decade scenario here. And then you're like 7.5 years you've been dealing with this. There's no way this check is cashed.
See ya.
See ya. Well, looks like it's gonna probably be 7.5 plus 1 days. 7.5 years plus 1 day that you're gonna have to deal with this because I'm fucking out.
But also, before I take off, did you want to fight? Because I'll fight you right now.
Outside,
If
not
you
in
win, pest control on me. And you
Yeah.
just spray them with the pest stuff
Yeah.
and you win.
That would be actually a great option. So you get to the end, you hand them the bill, and you're like, all right, before I hand you this bill, I'm gonna offer you a deal. You put me in a headlock. it's free. If you don't put me, you can pay this or you can fight me. Put me in a headlock, it's free. If you don't and you fight me, then it's actually double.
It's a great way to pad the street record too, because then no one's gonna fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get hats made. You know, Floyd, he wears the 50 and 0 hat.
You have to get like in 5 fights a day.
But you're just filthy
what a
rich.
great deal.
You're fucking rich though. You know.
Win some, you lose some. It's like an old granny is one of them.
Yeah.
Just that your only clients are MMA professionals, and they just beat the shit out of you for free care.
Just getting fucked.
Oh man.
I knew I shouldn't have started pest control business right next to the UFC facility.
Stupid.
God, that was dumb. I hate this policy.
Why did I put my card on the bulletin board at the boxing gym? Ah.
Those jujitsu fucks can suck my ass.
Was kicking around.
Oh man.
So I hope that helps.
Yeah. Chief Queef. Does anyone else seem like the first 3/4 of your garbage can fills in about 2 days, but the last quarter you can just keep smashing it down for about a week?
I actually had that thought this last weekend. You show up, you start throwing some stuff in there, you're like, fuck this, I'm gonna have to take this out. And then you take like a plate and then you just jam it down and you're like, I just created a bigger garbage can.
Yep.
You just do it over and over again.
You know what's best for the smash method is the disposable like cake pan type deals, like the
aluminum.
The aluminum
silver,
ones, the throwaway ones, because those you like some of them they fit like exactly down in the garbage. So you can go from 3/4 full to like a third full.
Well, I think
After
actually a good idea. So we should just make a tool. This is a whole business that we just thought of. The human garbage just like smasher downer thing.
Oh no, you take it so like the lid has like a plunger sort of deal. So you flip up the handle and you just push it down through the lid. And then you pull that thing back up and it's compressed.
Or
to
yeah,
the
it could
bottom.
be like a can crusher type thing.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
That's
It's actually not a bad idea.
Not at all.
Well, I'm thinking for home garbages, all you'd have to do is just make a thing that this is shaped like a garbage can with a little handle on it. And you just have it in your kitchen somewhere.
What if you get like moldy cottage cheese or something on it? You just toss in the sink or what? Because it's gonna be. I mean, it'll be pretty.
Yeah, I think at that point we just go back to tried and true, the NBA sticky pad that you peel off the stuff, but just don't make it sticky on the one side.
Yes, it's a great idea.
They're double sided. You just do one side.
Because then, Miles, you sell like the crusher, and then
They do.
They make garbage cans that do it for you now, where you just press a button and it compresses it for you.
Well, my grandma had one like that's an old technology, but who's gonna install one of those in their houses?
It's $200. It's just a plug-in garbage can, and then it's got a thing in the lid that lowers, compresses your garbage for you. It goes back up into the lid.
Well, it used to be a trash compactor was what people would put. Like my grandma had one installed in her kitchen. It was like a thing, it looked like almost like a dishwasher, like a skinny dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you press a button. And
my wife's grandma's got one of them.
So just do a manual one, way cheaper. You sell a little fucking plunger for like $12.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, then you get them on a subscription with the tear-offs.
Tear-offs subscription, and then it's just Amazon FBA. And we're just fucking chilling, just collecting millions.
I think big garbage is gonna assassinate you though. You're compacting trash.
They'd put you right in the middle of their landfill.
Yeah.
Point.
Tyler, to your point about the plug-in deal, a lot of garbage cans are like in islands or like in cabinetry nowadays.
Freeze your ass. Fuck big garbage. We can take them down. Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.